Hey guys, what's so the Revelations arc? Well, this was unexpected. A new arc and everything. Shouldn't and has been started early than usual after the Genesis arc for like a month, 3 months and 14 days. 3 months and 2 weeks to be precise. But first, I'm going to talk about the second half. This is also going to be the second half of the chronological lore, the lore that they were kind of doing. The first arc being Genesis arc, and I already reviewed that, and I thought it was a really almost perfect arc. I did feel like it was also, I did feel like there could be some filler in between. I did feel like some of the character development. I didn't. And I also like how the final videos of War of the Fat Italians. But let's just get on with the review. So first episode we get to smg4's Mario goes to the college. Coming from smg4, studying for the exams, but your friend is Mario. Melody and Maggie and Melody is just going to here because Maggie wants to become a sports teacher, and Melody just wants to control her power. Yeah, honestly, most of the episodes pretty much filler, except for the God Box Club, which is the Doomsday Cult, and they want to open the God Box, and they didn't really have much story input back in, other than just join the org. It was a fine episode, anyways. The next day we get to the next episode. After the Spider-Man episode, we get to SMG4. Mario suffers infinite detention. So, we begin with Kawasaki teaching Melody, but Melody's last question got helping without the teacher without the power and gets attention. Meanwhile, we get to the main research club where we see SMG1 and SMG2. They surprisingly even currently. Are they supposed to be hiding or whatever they were doing? Talking about meme energy that I think Mario accidentally swallowed, and we got to make him and Kawa. Okay, sends them to detention. And yeah, I got the Maggie and Melody on the way, including Bob, but he didn't really do much throughout the whole. And Kawasaki decided instead insist of Chris and Swagmaster. If you're wondering, they were basically having their vehicles engines were stuffed for yeah, and we get to pretty much it. Yeah, most of this episode is just random things happen, and we get to this mysterious bully character that I'm not gonna spoil until we get to the next episode. Important because he will be important for this arc, and anyways, at the end of the episode, he'll be a Swagmaster and Gate and janitor duty. Overall, I would say mostly filler. I did feel we also got some Matsumo. There was mostly just new characters, but yeah. But after filler episodes, we get Mario's bus trip. Begins with if the bus rolls out of the trip. We also see Tari as well as Saito, who, after being absent for Christmas, since the Christmas episode, decided to actually show up for this arc. They need to babysit Mario, and Shroomy is also here for this episode. Yeah, Shroomy ultimate until we get to the bear fight scene, which I felt it was mostly really, despite the rest of us, they get beaten up. And Melody just used her ultimate power and just DT power and just yeah, at the end of the episode, we get to reveal that the bully's name is Niles. He'll be important for this arc. And then we forgot Mario, and Mario's left with the gummy bears. Good mostly I'll take good episode, but it was feeling mostly filler. Next time we get to Mario and the God Box. Begins with basically a nice little flashback to Axel, and we came back to present day with training with Niles, with his deity friend. Anyways, SMG4 says that everyone is doing training today, and then we get to SMG3. Now we get to So yeah, we get to Mario and the God Box. We begin with a little flashback to Axel coming back to the present day with the training Niles to do his deity. Anyways, SMG4 saying that everyone is doing today training. Then we see SMG3. He returned for this arc. Yeah, he just kind of just shows up to return for this arc because of the mean training. And sort of ended with some of importance for the arc. Meanwhile, Mario has been kidnapping Kermit the Frog, and yeah, he's been basically for a sacrifice. Box Club leader basically wants more sacrifices and promises more spaghetti if he does so. Honestly, that what I also work, and I think it will work here. And honestly, that's what I also work in the YouTube arc instead of just killing unnecessary minor characters. So we basically get to a series of kidnappings before. Meanwhile, SMG3 and SMG4 were still training, dealing powers, and yeah, we get to anime girl that I pretend I saw. Meanwhile, back in the training, SMG3 and SMG4 just literally construct their powers and help deal with the meat. Even G just shoots. The trainer almost missed. Oh yeah, right there. Continuing with the sacrifices, more and more power of the God Rocks, and started chatting and glowing. SMG4 came along, including SMG1 and SMG2. SMG1 explains about what this box explains the boxes of defiance music. Opening will be around by misunderstanding. Opens it. Yeah, box club wants to open it for unlimited power, which intrigues SMG3. We get into a cool fight scene, and Melody uses the DD files again, and almost killed SMG3. So yeah, but she's had that. So we get out to the academy. Melody missed Axel, which I'm assuming they're gonna say they don't believe he's dead anyways. Talks to Niles. I'll talk to Niles. Meanwhile, Mario throws a box club leader into it because for basically the My Opponent world and sees a Barrage Bandicoot. He is saved in the next episode. Bandicoot mean about ending this episode. I want to say this episode was mostly good, despite the God Box being in the title. It was rather focused. Yeah, before I continue, I honestly feel like most of this arc felt filler at best. Felt filler, which is one of my main complaints with the YouTube arc. But at least the first 4 episodes at least tries to build up this story until the inner graveyard happens, which actually does continue the story. Does actually have some interesting story and lore. Anyway, so we get to Absolute Betrayal. We begin with a cold opening. Basically, Melody drinking, walking to get some milk. And the episode. So it begins with Melody basically comparing SMG4's gang's exams tomorrow, and loud music and motivation, and yeah, basically some shit. Melody was doing her own training, but ultimately passed up too much power. The girls congratulate Melody, but Melody was assumed asleep, and it was time to talk about resting, and I think it's time. It's time. And it's time, and the box, right, and it was the right time for the box club to take Melody, and basically Melody noticed and decided to warn the others. We lead to a chase sequence, which was well animated, which leading to their hideout and everything, and yeah, the rest of the gang gets basically captured and basically trapped and tear gassed. The rest of the gang walks out to the reveal that they were sending a ritual and tied up. The beginning ritual begins. Melody sees Niles there, but his friends don't believe he exists, and turns out knowing he was just an illusion or mind alteration, the episode shows that the revelation focuses mostly on Melody rather than Mario instead of Mario. Okay, mostly, but still. Melody goes to her deity form, and Niles goes inside of her, creating a portal to the great beyond. Basically the real world and in the episode. Overall, pretty good episode. It does show Melody's power and intentionally where the true plot be. Yeah, leading to the plot to the movie. Okay, I personally feel like this is where the story begins despite really having a build up and really the box club, the box got box, yeah, we'll get to that one. And we get to the Revelations movie, and finally we get to the Revelations movie. The spaceship here comes to buy the laptop possessing Melody. Sorry. The box club leader reached to the God box. Meanwhile, at the academy, the gang gets out in academy. The apocalypse happened. They decide to help. The box club leader goes on. Yeah. Yeah, right. The couple. Yeah, possess Melody and so reach the box. Yeah, the box club leader goes onto the bus to absorb its power. Unfortunately, it was too much and died. Wait, what's it like? What, 4 minutes and he's dead? Yep. Yeah, that's still. I'm gonna say a reason I'll save my reasons why I didn't really. Honestly, I kind of wish the boss club got some character development and everything, and I wish the arc was a bit longer, at least a bit more longer, to actually give them more character development, because they really do anything in this arc. And I kind of wish, honestly, they did more than just. Than basically generic villains. Oh. And he crashes. The bus. Oh yeah. Pretty much we get to all SMGs, including Mario, decided to go to the God box. So then we also see memes referred to as anti-memes. SMG3 and SMG4 actually uses this power but get interrupted, and we're using like 3 times in this movie and in after we get to the epic battle space sequence, they end up with, and as well as pretty much exploration as well. They then blast. They both sign it on SMG3 for Mario to land on the planet to get picked up by Blue. How is it? We get to Blue Melody's mine and well, we see nightmares versions of the little characters as well as a lot for great fears, and we see Axel again. Melody back at the house, they wake up and find that the blue guy was, well, Zero. And yeah, we actually get to that. Zero apologizes for what happens. Melody was pretty much overcoming fears and received the assignment. So after pretty much overcoming her fears, we get to the sort of backstory with Zero and also even Zero narrative. So let me give you the run. A long time ago, we also get to Zero's with his avatar, Fred. And he was acting, and everything is normal until he's just out. Something weird. And Guardian Pod appears. He goes up to the Guardian, chokes into the God Boss, created Niles, and created basically created the meme internet graveyard and the meme life cycle. Once again, until Niles had some problems and decided to go create a perfect fuse with Zero to create a perfect world. So yeah, Miles basically deals with Niles in her head, Niles exists in the physical world, and decided to refuse with Zero, and yeah. We get to a really good fight scene as what's happening, and the gang decided to go to the spaceship, and it's Terrence wasn't actually fixed it. When Melody was about to fight Zero, actually got eaten. SG1 and SG2 just decided to basically blow up the God box. Unconscious, Melody and Axel meet again. And And Axel told they were in great danger and decided to basically just go fight. So they decided. So this leaves hope that he's going to come back. To be honest, Axel's going to come back. They already build up his character, like his relationship in manga series. So I'm assuming they're going to resurrect him somehow. But yeah, smg4 and smg3 gets basically surrounded by basically creepy Teletubbies. Originally, smg3 wants to use the power, but decided to, but they will get corrupted, so they have to sacrifice Terrans instead. But hey, at least he has a bet. Yeah, at least he's better than Greg at least. Mario's turned into the big head, defeated. And we get to SNG1 and SNG2 dropping a bomb, accidentally dropping the bomb, and yeah, they all made an escape. Zero ultimately has the last few days and basically act like girl from Attack on Titan. And yeah. The God Box was destroyed, everyone, the rest escaped. Again. SMG3 for Mario escapes. They also rescue SMG1 and SMG2, who I don't know if they're ever going to become important in the arc, but oh well. The movie now, a few days later, we get a nice little speech from Melody. Melody finally graduates, and spring break. The movie ends with Melody looking up to the skies and saying that he's not done. No, sorry, she's not done. She's not done with this world yet. Overall, I think it's a good action movie. Pretty good. I do enjoy the action, the comedy. I do enjoy the action, and I thought it was a nice little finale. Finally, we get to an arc that doesn't end with all the bad times. Overall, I think this arc is good. Without the movie, I felt it was decent, as it really focused mostly on the God Box or the Box Club. They feel like minor villains really throughout the whole thing. The Box Club in particular, I felt they were kind of just set up to be this real antagonist villain, only to just be, hi, we're minor villains the whole time, and my camera froze again. They tend to feel like more like minor villains throughout the whole franchise. To the whole thing, and I honestly wish they had more screen time, character development. And with the movie, I think it was pretty good. I do. It's good, and because at least it was. At least had a good conclusion, and I do enjoy the action and the conclusion of the arc itself as well as the canonical. I personally feel that's not great. Although I do prefer arcs being a bit more standalone, but yeah, I do enjoy it. And while Luke is going to be recreating what the next big thing for SMG4, but that's a sequel for now. Don't know what. overall, I think this arc is where I found. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna say it. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Bye.